My boyfriend and I were traveling in New Zealand, and we happened to be there for our anniversary. So we decided to go to the local aquarium to celebrate. We were in a small town. You don't have to make excuses for going to the aquarium. Aquariums are great. However, upon entering, we realized it doubled as the town's movie theater, and in order to get to the showing, you had to walk through the aquarium. Tickets to the movies were about half as much as tickets to the aquarium, even though the aquarium itself was so small you could basically see the whole thing on your way to whatever movie you were seeing. But staff told you to keep your eyes down and not to linger if you needed to leave the theater to use the aquarium's bathroom. Holy shit. My question is, which is less morally depraved? Sneaking into a movie or sneaking into an aquarium, especially when they're in the same building? And that's from Still Confused in Cape Cod.
This is a great question, but I would have to say, for this question to apply, they would have to both be in the same building.
Yeah, this is an extremely deeply not relatable question because this is the only building on Earth where this situation will ever be an issue. I do gotta say, it's a challenging one, though, because you're in there, you're watching Grindelwald's crimes, and all of the great acting makes you want to just piss your pants. And so you stand up and you go, and while you're about to go to the bathroom, you're walking on your way there, and you're hustling because you don't want to miss any crimes. They're blasting off a crime a minute in there. You do hear two excited teens saying like, "That shark is really fucking the shit out of that other shark," but you can't look at that because you didn't pay to see this love act.
What if you do you think that there's I don't know, 100 workers who are just waiting to see if you look up so they can charge you? You looked at the shark fuck. That's $20.
Yeah.
Gotcha. 20 New Zealand dollars too. Who knows how much that is?
Nobody. Here's the thing. Here's the good news about it. If you head over to the Picton Cinemas at 10:15 a.m., 2:45 p.m., or 7:15 p.m., and get comfy for the next 2 hours and 14 minutes, because you are going to be able to pay one price to see all the crimes of Grindelwald, and then when you get bored, you go over to the aquarium. You got them both there in one. And you can book online too, which is huge.
But why would you get bored while watching the crimes of Grindelwald?
Is this the exact building that did you find it?
Yeah, I've traced it to the Picton Cinemas.
Do you think that there's another cinema in town that their tagline is we don't have any fish? Don't be tempted by these rad fish. You don't have to pay for it. We're just Grindelwald over here. Oh, I said it right. No,
you set him free.
Shoot. Now he's out there.
I don't understand. Why is anyone coming to the movies? I've got it. And they just go and buy a beta fish and a little bowl, and they just put it on the concessions counter to try to drive.
Don't look at the bowl though.
Don't look at the bowl unless you pay me $1.
But it's right next to the popcorn spray. Nope.
Nope.
No.
Eyes down. Piss.
Eyes down.
Eyes down. Don't linger.
Eyes
That's
down.
my
Piss
bowl.
somewhere.
Don't linger.
What if all aquariums did this and they were like, come on in, you can use our space for a birthday party or whatever. If you look at one fish, so help me God. And then it's like a fun game. We should do that. We go to aquariums every time we travel because, I don't know, we're big marine life fans, I guess. Next time I go in, I'll pay the admission price and see how long I can go without looking at one sort of aquatic creature that God made for us to enjoy in the ocean. Because I bet I can't go very long.
No, they're right there. It's so tempting. Who could say no
I could
to
do
that?
it. I could do it for all the boring fish, except for the one big window, which is the only cool part of the fish part of the aquarium. Yeah. But then, as soon as I get to Penguin Town, that's the ball game because I gotta see these guys.
It is.
What are they up to?
It's weird. The sort of you go to the aquarium and it's weird how quickly you go from oh man, this is amazing to what do I care? It's just another tank full of fish. Wake me up when you got
What's
something
that
better.
fish? Oh, it's swimming.
It's swimming, big
cool.
deal.
My ideal aquarium. It is all those walkway tunnels where you're inside because you can make believe that you're the fish now, and you can do some light limpet play, and then you do get into one big room with the big panel that's open into the ocean, and then there's a quick funnel cake break, and then there's Penguin Town, baby, and the penguins will see you out.
I would like one room where it's just thigh-high water that you actually wade through to get to the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, you're wet for the rest of it, but like also, listen, I spend all day in the aquarium and I'm looking at fish in water and I'm like, I'm here in the stupid air.
Yeah.
I want to be in water.
I'll tell you what I also need in my idealized aquarium is that at any point during this like very linear pathway, there can be like a little offshoot hull that you can, and the hull is like 3/4 of a mile long, and then at the end of that is like the petting place, because I don't want to see, smell, experience that in any way without giving my explicit consent by making the long journey to it, because that part of the aquarium always makes me quite sad. The horseshoe crabs don't want to be touched there, Richard. And they smell not great. So, like, I'm trying not to be mad at the horseshoe crabs for their bad smell, because I know they're not going through a great time either, what with all of their Richard touching.
I would say, if I worked at an aquarium, I would take special care, well, of the fish, but also, like, whenever I'm making the little plaques that go next to the tanks, I would add some, like, fun details in there that maybe aren't super true. But I've also been to lots of aquariums, and I've never seen a human being read those plaques before.
Absolutely not. Tell me about this fish. This blue, it's got a stripe, and it's about the size of my hand.
Yep.
I'm good to go. I figured that one out on my own.
I would add into the plaque something like, and if you listen really closely, you can hear it speak English. And then just like watch people like lean into the glass like, what, really?
I mean, that panel could just say like, hey, shithead, you're a piece of garbage. You're an idiot because you're not, I bet you're not going to ever read this.
Oh, we can combine 2 bits from this episode. Let me pick which fish I want to eat as I walk through the aquarium.
To the restaurant.
Now, I think you got to catch it. I think it's up to
bare hands.
I think it's up to you to catch it. Well, I mean, this is an aquarium, right? So you can pay more for a tool of some sort.
Would that change the way you feel about the petting area, Griffin? If you just reached in, picked up a starfish, and then threw it in a deep fryer?
Only if I would not feel comfortable doing that, because he would be flopping in a way that would sort of mean like it's not my time to die, Griffin. But I will say,
please.
What's going to get me over the hump is if there is, and this could be like a person in costume, or maybe just the actual guy made flesh, but the chef from Little Mermaid who's singing his great song about killing all the animals.
Les poissons.
Yeah, him. If he's doing it, then I feel like I would get into the spirit of his fun sort of murder song, and I'd plop the swordfish right down in that hot bath.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe ease my morals a little bit and tell me that all the fish in this room are super old.
That could be good. Oh, maybe
they're all jerks.
Maybe there's another long tunnel that the fish can swim through, and it's a one-way trip, and it ends in the fish kitchen, and then they know. I've had a lot of fun entertaining children. I've seen a lot of noses pressed up to glass. I'm ready. And
it's time to make the donuts.
And it's time to make me donuts. And then they know. And it can be fun. There can be like, and then they can play music on the tunnel, and they can have pictures of their friends and kids on the tunnel.
That's nice, like an elephant graveyard kind of thing.
It's like the end of Big Fish, which is great and appropriate.